Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is April 4th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. Today I want to do the reseller news. I have a lot of windows open up, so let's get right to it. Okay, before we get started, I just want to just throw out a quick reminder out there. For those who are new, I do not read everything verbatim on these websites I have opened up. However, I will give you the URL and the company where I got the information from, and the rest is up to you if you'd like to pick up where I left off. The first story and the first company that I'll be doing the reseller news on is from e-commerce bytes, and let me give you the URL. It's www.ecommercebytes.com. And this story goes on to say the growing list of states with online sales tax laws. As you all know, that's been going on since last year that we're talking about that. It's really no surprise to a lot of people. They already did mention that eventually more and more states are going to be jumping on board. Of course, they're going to collect sales tax from us online resellers, so why not make it official, right? And let's keep getting more let's keep getting more people into the mix. But anyway, this came out April 1st, 2019. It goes on today. As of today, California is requiring out-of-state sellers to start collecting sales tax from California buyers, joining numerous other states with such laws. California allows an exemption for small sellers. Out-of-state sellers must have more than $100,000 in taxable sales in California, or at least 200 retail sales for delivery in the state in that current or preceding calendar year before tax collection obligations kicks in. According to the CPAPracticeAdvisor.com, sellers must also track sales by district. The tax site explains both out-of-state sellers and in-state sellers must also collect additional sales and use tax, example, applicable county, local, and district taxes, when they surpass the economic nexus threshold of $100,000 and sales 200 transactions in the district. To me, this is going to be a nightmare. But then again, you got to meet the threshold from what I understand. If you're right under the threshold, I don't know if you're still required. I would think personally, whether you're under that threshold or not, you still have to. I would still think you're going to have to still submit sales tax. I mean, if you did, so what happens if you made sales of $99,000? You're not going to submit it. I mean, you are making income from it. So I don't know how that's going to work with that threshold stuff. But all I know is for myself, I collect the sales tax in New York from the New York buyers, that made purchases off of me, and I will submit them to the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance. I submit it over to them along with the federal. Because especially if you're using eBay as a source of income, of course you got to put that on your 1040 form or whatever income there. So that's the way I understand it. But there are a lot of companies here. Tax Jar explained over here that says California has sent letters to Amazon FBA sellers saying that because they had products in an Amazon warehouse and fulfillment centers, they must now pay sales tax. The CDTFA claims that these small business owners should potentially pay up to 8 years of back taxes plus penalties and interest are demanding that they become compliant with California state tax laws. Now, for those who are with Amazon FBA, if you are sellers with that there, you might want to check this out. You might want to look into this here because it sounds to me like, I don't know if this is what they're talking about. They want to go back 8 years and look up, to look up for income or something like that. I mean, you might want to check with your accountant for that there because to me it sounds like they want to collect on that there. So I don't have an Amazon FBA. I don't really sell on Amazon, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that excludes me from it. I'm just saying, but for the most part, right at this point in time, I'm selling exclusively on eBay. I'm also on other platforms as well, 2 other ones. But as far as Amazon FBA, I'm not an Amazon FBA seller. So right now, at this point in time, this doesn't pertain to me. But for those of you guys out there who are Amazon sellers, you might want to read the rest of this here. I have another window open up to show you the taxes there, like the tax who jumped on here. with other states. I'm going to point to that in a second. But this is the story you're looking for right here. And the URL, again, I already told you that it is from e-commerce bytes. So I'll give it one more time, another shout out. It's www.ecommercebytes.com. And I'm going to take you over, and this is the story you're looking for, the growing list of states with online sales tax laws. This is when you click over here. I'm not sure which one it was. There was, oh yeah, I think it was this one I clicked on. I clicked on the internet retailer, and it says they have a chart with 36 states with sales tax laws showing a state tax collection date and a minimum sales thresholds. So let's go to that right now. This is the internet retailer. If you want to, well, this is what they have, but the URL for this is. Let me give it to you. It's www.digitalcommerce360.com. This is the information. It's a hyperlink that came from e-commerce bytes. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing. As you know here, just to give you just a heads up, it's just to read this top line. California will become the latest state to require out-of-state sellers to start collecting use taxes on April 1st, which we already know. We're in that already. But here are the states with the online sales tax laws. Now, if you see your state here, these are the minimum sales threshold. Now, I'm in the state of New York. My threshold is 300,000 and 100 transactions. So I am nowhere. I wish I was making that kind of money off eBay, which is very depressingly and low amount of income is what I'm making from them, if you want to even call it that. But for those who out there, you want to check it out. You can see the states here with the thresholds. Some of them have 100,000. Idaho is 10,000. Oklahoma is 10. You know, and then you got Mississippi 250, and so on and so forth. You guys could check it out if you like. This is again the states with the online sales tax law. So check that out, guys. All right, and well, see where it goes from there. You know, if you guys are in that income bracket where you're making that kind of money, well, then there you go. All right, let's move right along. I'm going to close this window out, close this one out. Very interesting story. This came out Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019. PayPal just made returns and refunds more expensive. Eesh. I was reading a little of this here earlier, and I wasn't too really keen on it. It says, online sellers are concerned about the change PayPal is making to its user agreement. That could prove quite costly to sellers, according to the PayPal notice. PayPal will no longer credit fees for refunds, for returns, or other reasons. Look at that. I don't know if this is from a spokesperson or not, but it says, we're changing how we treat refunds. If you refund partially or fully a transaction to a buyer or a donation to a donor, there are no fees to make the refund. But the fees you originally paid as a seller will not be returned to you. An e-commerce bytes reader explained what the change will mean to them. It says, in the past, if a refund was processed, PayPal has retained the fixed part of the processing fee, but did return a percentage of the part of the fee. Now it appears that if a seller does a refund, PayPal will be keeping the 100% of the processing fee. I'm not too crazy about it. I really ain't too crazy about it. I love PayPal, but you know, sometimes what comes change comes nightmares with it. I really wish things could have just stayed the same, but that's me, folks. I mean, you know, I'm a type of person. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Type of guy. That's the way I believe. But all these changes, and it just seems it's going to be more and more costly to do business online, as far as I'm concerned. You know, with the taxes, and now with this, and then eBay fees, and it's a nightmare. But anyway, it says previously, if a buyer purchased something for $100 and paid through PayPal, the seller was charged 30 cents fixed transaction fee, and 2.9% of the $100, or $2.90. The seller ended up with a net payment of $96.80. If the seller refunded the payment for whatever reason, PayPal returned the entire $100 to the buyer, but retained the 30 cents fixed transaction fee. The end result was that it will cost the seller 30 cents to process the fee. Now it appears that PayPal is keeping the entire fee of $3.20, even if the refund is immediately processed. Don't like it. Do not like it, folks. Don't like that. Oh, Anyway, all right. You guys might want to read more into this here. If you are an eBay seller or e-commerce seller in general, you just may want to read this here. You know the URL. The couple of windows I'm going to be putting up here are the next from e-commerce sites. So I'm not going to constantly repeat it over and over again. You can see that when I keep switching over to different websites, well, different pages. Okay, so here it is over here. This is the story you're looking for. I'm not happy about it. I don't know if you guys are. You know, how do you? No, I know you're not are. Please leave a comment below and let me know how you feel if you want to expand a little on it. Okay, let's move right along. Okay, next story is eBay catalog introducing errors in sellers' listings. This came out April 1st, 2019. If you notice, I throw the dates out there, folks. You know why I do that? In case, you know, if you're new, it's because I want you guys to know that this ain't old information that was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, or even a year ago. I know it stands to reason. You probably say, well, you're posting it now, and most likely it's new stuff. But I just like to throw the dates out there so, you know, so you're well aware of when it was posted. Anyway, it goes on to say, Dear Ina, somebody had written into Ina. She is the owner of e-commerce sites, just to let you, give you guys a heads up. Dear Ina, I have been ongoing disputes with eBay, and they flat out are denying what I'm telling them. I was wondering if you could publish the story in hopes that other eBay sellers could post whether they are experiencing similar issues. If they are, I'm sure I'm not the only one. Then I could go back to eBay with the link to prove that I'm not some raving lunatic, which is what they seem to think. It goes on to say here, I sell collectible music and art, although the details are likely important to most every seller. I imagine they are even more important to me than to many sellers. The types of items I sell may vary greatly in the value based on the things like release, date, color, and other attributes that may be more minor for some than others, or some other items. It goes over here to say, I don't really want to read this whole thing because it's quite a bit here, and we'll be here all day with this here. My issue centers around eBay joining my items into their catalog. I enter a UPC, as eBay requires me to do when a product has one, and the eBay changes the certain attributes on my listing without authorization and without even contacting me. Well, that's wrong. I mean, this is why, see, I think I talked about this once before. When eBay has those presets in there where, like, you type in, like I said, this one here is type in a UPC. Sometimes it could be a yay or a nay with them. My personal take is, folks, do your own description. I mean, if you can get the information, and if you can't, if it's something you bought at the thrift store and you don't have no information whatsoever, I've done that in the past. I bought electronics like VHSs, electronic radios, whatever it may be, and I don't have any booklets this year to get the specs on it, whether all of that talks all about the item. Do your own research, do a Google search on it, get the specifications on that particular item, and put your own information there instead of dealing with this here. I know people are thinking, yeah, but you use the UPC, it shows up better in search. Yeah, that's true, but if it's gonna differentiate from what you're putting in and what eBay's putting in, it's not gonna do you any. It's doing you an injustice. Do your own do your own research, and plug your own information in there instead of doing that all the time. Because I've heard this before. Other people, I think I did once before about a reseller on the Reseller News, that somebody had almost pretty much the same experience. So I said it once before, and I'll say it again in this Reseller News. Do your own research and plug the information yourself, and rather than using the UPC. But that is totally up to you. I mean, if you say, it's too much work to do the research, well, then you got to bear with this then, because this is going to be, it seems like it's been an ongoing issue with them. Because this ain't the first time I heard this story, folks, just to let you know. All right, so I'm just throwing it out there. You guys could do what you want. I have been in frequent contact with eBay by phone on Facebook, and they flat out deny that any changes are being made to my listings. It goes to one particular spot that changes frequently in the eBay provided title. When I say eBay-provided, I am not talking about the listing title that I enter myself. I'm talking about the title that I cannot add, change, or remove. It says it's at the top of the listing under the eBay logo, right after where it says listed in category. For example, it might say listed in category music records, where this title is selected by eBay. You know another good thing to do, folks, in a situation like that, when you are listing in your title, do a keyword search. That's another thing you could do too. Do a keyword search. See what comes up. Like if you're selling, let's say if I'm selling a Sony, I don't know, cassette player. I'll type in there Sony cassette and see what eBay puts up there. What's their first ones that come up in the listing, and I'll use that in my listing or my title. You know, but you could do stuff like that there. Do keyword research on it before you're doing the actual listing or your title. You know, because that's what it's going to go. That's how eBay's algorithm is going to pick it up anyway. To be honest with you. So that's how they're going to search and define it. So you might want to do that there. Check it out. With this type of business, I'm finding one thing. Even though my sales are like at a snail's pace as far as making any sales, I'm finding out through other resellers, through watching the YouTube guys that are sellers on eBay. You know, they're throwing all this tips and information out there, which is very good, by the way. All right, I'm not knocking it. I think it's pretty good, but you might want to do your own research when it comes to things like that. Take the little initiative, the time and effort. And, you know, even if it takes you like 5 minutes or so to, you know, get that information that you're sorting it out for and put it in there, you know. But do your research. Sometimes you can't depend on eBay with stuff, you know, when it comes to things of this nature. I've heard it before. And like I said, again, it's not the first time. But if you want to check this story out, this is the one you want to look for. Again, it was published April 1st, 2019. And this is the story you're looking for, and you know the URL. I'm not going to repeat it again. It's well, this one here is the title is eBay catalog introducing errors in the seller's listings. That's the story you're looking for. All right, let's move right along. Okay, President. It says over here. Let me move up the title here. This one came out April 3rd. Came out yesterday, 2019. President puts marketplaces on notice in counterfeit crackdown. Well, I don't blame him because, like I said, who wants to keep buying or get involved with? First of all, I don't want to sell any counterfeit stuff. But it goes on to say here, President Trump is putting e-commerce companies at the shipping carriers on notice with the signing of a presidential memorandum on combating trafficking in counterfeit and pirate goods today. Of course, we talked about it yesterday. The president called out third-party marketplaces and citing dangers of negative effects, counterfeit and pirated goods, but he also called out shipping carriers and payment providers and vendors. He called on the Secretary of Homeland Security in coordination with the Secretary of Commerce to provide him with a report detailing the issues along with recommendations within 210 days at the end of October. Okay. The report, it goes on to say the report should address the practice of counterfeiters and pirates, including their shipping, fulfillment, and payment logistics and access means of migrating. The factors that facilitate traffic in counterfeit and pirated goods, he wrote, and the agencies should consult with the intellectual property rights holders, third-party intermediaries, and other stakeholders when conducting their research. Okay, so be on the lookout, folks. They're cracking down on that. All right, let's move right along. We're getting to a close, folks. Don't worry. eBay to close shipping.com and ad platform on May 1st. This came out April 3rd, 2019. eBay acquired comparison shopping engine shopping.com in 2005 for over $620 million. Another great loss. Okay, now for over $620 million and built an ad platform around it called eBay Commerce Network. eBay is now shutting down the ad network and is parking shopping.com while it decides what to do with it. Good way to spend money, right? It goes on to say here, this does not impact eBay sellers who promote their listings through eBay Promoted Listings ads. Interesting. All right. However, they may find themselves competing with more advertisers as eBay is encouraging ECN merchants to leverage promoted listings and other core advertising solutions to boost visibility on eBay. I'm not going to read all of this here, but you guys could check it out. I don't know. Maybe there was another bad buy on their eBay, watch there, so to speak. I remember reading about this once before that we're going to talk about closing that, and now it's happening. All right. Well, anyway, guys, I'm just sharing this information with you. Let's move to the next window. This one came out, if I can move my mouse cursor, April 1st, 2019. Marketplace app Macari sees no need for cash. Well, they've been talking about a cashless society. I think that's happening slow but sure. I think they're going to grandfather that in anyway. To be honest with you, I myself use my debit cards for everything. Seriously. I have one of my relatives who works in a coffee shop, and she gets a kick out. She goes, you know, Rich, she goes, we have people coming in there buying a cup of coffee and you whipping out their credit cards. Well, she calls them credit cards because she don't know if they're debit or not. She goes, could you imagine that? Paying for a cup of coffee with a credit card? I said, well, that's the thing, you know. They want to move to a cashless society. And to be honest with you, you know, she was asking, like, do I have a problem with it? I don't have that problem. To be honest with you, I don't mind it because I'll tell you the truth. Me personally, sometimes I just use my credit cards. I don't even carry cash with me most of the time. People may say, well, that's crazy. You should always have something. Well, that's true. But, you know, if you're using your debit cards for everything, if you're going to go into a coffee shop like a Dunkin' Donuts and buy a cup of coffee with your credit card, what difference does it make? You know, I mean, to me, it's the same thing. But, I mean, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. All right. I mean, but some people, they feel it's always good to have a little, you know, some cash in your pocket. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's true. I mean, you know, but it is what it is. But let's read a little about it. It goes, McCary's payment subsidiary, MERPay, has entered into the alliance with another payment service with the goal of promoting a cashless society. Beginning in Japan, McCary Inc. is established, MERPay Inc., November 2017 as a fully owned subsidiary, and in February 2019, it launched a MERPay, a mobile payment service that can be used through McCary, the mobile marketplace app that has been gaining in popularity in the U.S. Now, I don't have this here. I don't have these apps. I think they have another one where you could, I think they call it Apple Pay, whatever. I don't, they have all these different types of apps where you could just, you know, hold your iPhone up or whatever, cell phone up to the scanner and it reads the information off of there. I don't have any of those services right now. I'm not using them. Are they safe? Are they, you know, are they foolproof? Nothing's safe and nothing is foolproof. You know, it's another way of just paying and I'll make a quick checkout using that service. But on the other hand, I rather, you know, take my credit card out, swipe it in, swipe it out, and that's it, and be done with it. You know, I don't know. I'm not really too much. I have too many apps on the phone. I don't know if you guys use it and you're okay with it. Then, you know, again, you know, then that's fine. But for me, it doesn't work for me. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to read into more to that there. You could check that out. And last but not least, for those of us who want to know what's going on with websites, I promote this every now and then, and I am not getting anything for it. I do not have any affiliate links with it, nor do I have any affiliate links with ecommercebytes.com. I love that site because it gives a lot of good, viable information, and I stand by it. And I recommend people to sign up for the newsletters if you want to be updated on when Ina puts that stuff. She puts very good information out. Love the, love that her website, and I do get a lot of good information. And if you guys want to sign up with her and use that service, definitely go for it. Down Detector, on the other hand, this service here will talk a little about each and every company you can see here now. I'm going to show you. We're going to go to eBay, and the URL is so simple. It's https://downdetector.com. You could just, if I click this on, it'll bring me back here again too. It's an active hyperlink. Okay, so I just clicked it on, and you can see it's refreshing. All right, you could see here. I'm going to scroll. I'm not going to go down all because if you look at the slide bar, you see where my mouse cursor is. If you see how far it goes down here, from here to there. There are a lot of companies out there. There's a whole array of them. I am not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to scroll down until we get to eBay. But if you want to check out and find out if they have website problems, logon issues, checkout issues, or any other issue in regards, if they're down or whatever, that's why I call it Down Detector. You could just click that. You could sign up with it. Check it out for yourself. As you can see, they got Gmail, Instagram, Twitter, the main ones I'm talking about, YouTube. All right, they got a whole bunch. You can see Amazon, and so on. What you want to do is when you go to Down Detector, when you see the eBay logo here, click it on, and it's going to bring you to another window. And it says eBay is an online auction website that facilitates the sales of goods to the public, both consumer and businesses. Anyway, they have a live outage map here. If you click this on here, I'll click it on really quick here, and I'll just expand a little on, and then I'm going to close this video. Now, you see over here, this is an eBay outage chart. You see right here? Okay. Now, the ones over here in a dark brown, those are supposedly the ones that this is the country now. But if you look over here, let me just zoom in over here. Now, as you can see here, it's very light. I don't think there's any outages here because these are pretty light as far as I know. But when they're really dark like that other one, and you can move this here like that there, I believe this is where they're experiencing problems. The darker the color, I think that's where the more they're going to experience. They're experiencing a problem, I would think. Who knows? Hey, maybe they're doing a software upgrade, hardware integration. Who knows? I don't know. I can't tell you that there. But you could also zoom in to find out, whatever, and you could click it on here. Now, if you click it on, it's not going to really give you much information. It's going to tell you what's the outage here. Like I said, it's an eBay outage map. Now, are all these states, right? Well, not all of them, but the ones all with the little yellow high marks here, highlights, are they all experiencing problems? I'm in the state of New York. I'm over here. I'm not experiencing any problems. But this is what they have. This is what Down Detector gives you. Okay. But let's go back and read what some people are talking about. Now, if you want to, get in on the chat here, they want you to sign up. You got to sign in. Now, if you do have a problem with them, you could sign. When you click this on, you could put a post up there too. You could also comment on as to what your problem is. Here, most related reported problems: website 46%, login 38%, checkout 15%. These are the issues going on. Now, they also keep the resolved issues here. Okay, this is from March. You can see March 27th, March 23rd, and March 21st. These are active hyperlinks. You can click them on if you're in doubt. You want to just know what the problems were, and you can click these on here, and it'll bring you to that date. Now, today, this is what is coming on here. This was done 16 minutes ago. Now, if you ever want to find out, people may say, I don't really know about this place, about this site. I'm on my Facebook groups. I think it was the eBay Top Rate Sellers group. Someone said, yeah, that Down Detector, what about that thing? Is it a good site? He goes, or is it all BS? I said, well, I don't think it's BS. I think it's a pretty viable site. I mean, I like it. I've been using it, checking it out. I've left only, since I've been there, since I've started, I found out about it. I only think I left a comment. I think I left 2 comments on there. Excuse me. And that was regarding the time when there were no views issues that we had back last year or the year before with eBay. With the listings was showing 0 views on it. And I commented on here at the time. Also on the eBay community chat board as well. But this one here, just for example here, it goes on to say, I just read that eBay third-party advertisements are going to be discontinued as of May 1st. I think that means our listings will be cleaner and won't refer our sales to third parties, which has always made me bitter. We do the work and attract the buyers, and then the third party swoops in and gets the sale. Grr. I guess other eBay sellers will still be featured on our listings though. This isn't as bad as for us, since most of the stock is unique enough on eBay. And then it goes on to say, I haven't checked in here in a while. We're rolling along, stocked up on inventory, so we'll be at least for the rest of 2019. Still having a day of crickets, and then burst of sales from 7 unique buyers. Then another day, crickets, and so it goes. And you can read some of these stories here. These are not, again, some people say, yeah, but that's another thing I want to point out to you guys. When you come here, don't look at this and say, oh, this is old. Yes, this information is old. Well, if you want to call it that. But you got to scroll down here. You got to scroll down to the bottom. See, this was 18 minutes ago. This is 2 hours ago. Okay, so don't let this deter you. If you come here the first time, you say, oh, that guy talked about a site and he's showing stuff that's a month old or whatever, or maybe 3 weeks old, whatever. You got to scroll down here. Look down here. This is where you want to look. Okay, this is where you want to look. You don't go by those dates, because I seen stuff that was almost 6 months or whatever. They eventually bump off. There's no doubt about it. But always come down here and see, and you can see the latest information or concerns or issues that people are posting on here. Now, I didn't know anything about the third-party advertisements are going to be discontinued. To me, I like that. I mean, to me, I think it's good that if they do that there, maybe it'll help give a little uptick in our sales. But I wasn't aware of it. That's why I like coming to these sites, because I'm not saying like e-commerce and the other, like e-commerce bites, whatever, they don't pick up on this stuff. They may have gotten this information from e-commerce. Matter of fact, somebody does use e-commerce. They refer to e-commerce because I was looking at this earlier, and somebody did mention something about e-commerce bites. There are people that do use it on this website too. Well, I'm talking about the sellers or whatever. Don't forget, these people here are also sellers and buyers as well. And they're pretty much the same people. If you sign up with them, you will notice the same people here, because I know it myself. I see them. I see the same names over and over again here. So they are. And don't think it's just this many here that are leaving comments. When you scroll down here, see it says load more comments. You could load more, and you could be reading a lot of this stuff. I like to read because you know what it is, folks. These are people that are posting stuff that I'm not aware of. You may not be aware of. So, you might want to check into this here. It's really a good site. I think it is. And I don't think it's a BS site. I think it's a good site. And I think it really does give you a little insight as far as what's going on or what other people are experiencing. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to check this out. And again, it's called downdetector.com. And on that note, we are going to close this video out. Wow, that was quick, right? Kinda. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take. I didn't get a chance to check out everything. But I just want to say, guys, for those who do follow me on this channel here, especially the new subscribers, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to check out the reseller news and to also check out my other videos as well. I got a lot of other videos out there. I didn't realize that I'm looking at how many videos I got. I mean, my goal is to have 1,000 videos, and I'm getting there, slow but surely. This is, I think I have, 873 videos? Well, this will be, I think it's either 873 or 874 with this one here. I do, like I said again, my YouTube channel is Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini, and I do like to post at least 2 videos a day, so if you guys get another one, I hope you don't mind, So I like to put out good information. Like I said, sometimes I put stuff out on the fly, if I see something or hear something I think it's that you guys might be interested in, I like to post that information out there. But in regards to the reseller news, for those who do, view it right from the beginning to the ending, I hope you would get a takeaway from it. I hope it does help in some cases, and if you do get it, if you do like it, and if it does give you a little insight as to what's going on in the e-commerce world, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be updated as to when I post new videos out, please hit that bell notification icon. But most of all, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. That's the most important thing. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. It's going on 2 p.m. over here on the East Coast. I'm in New York. And the day is nice out there, so if you got, well, at least over here it is anywhere I am. If you get a chance, try to get outdoors, get some fresh air. I have to run a couple errands, but for the most part there, I'm going to enjoy this day. Yesterday was nice too. The only thing is though, just really quick, doing the eBay business and doing YouTube, it's a shame because I really don't get a chance to go out. I mean, that old saying, you're the expression outside looking in. Well, I'm outside, I'm inside looking out. And it really stinks because you say to yourself, what a beautiful day. Sun's out, it's not too bad. I got a sweater on, stuff like that. But, you say to yourself, geez, it'd be nice to get out and get some fresh air. I mean, you could do that there. But, the way the time goes, I don't know if you guys experience, but the way the times go, it's amazing. I mean, I never seen, this morning, I get up at 6:30 in the morning. And before you know it, it's like noon times already here. It's like, where did that time go in between? All right, I was doing listing this morning, doing some research. I was doing some research on the YouTube channel as well, checking out my analytics and stuff and, watch time and stuff. And I tell you the truth, I never seen time go so fast, folks. I've really never seen time go so fast. But, well, what are you going to do, right? What's that old saying? Time flies when you're having fun, right? Anyway, guys, I don't want to take any more of your time. This is Rich Pasini signing off. Until next time, bye-bye now.